This time I'm facing chess coach András, International Master András Tóth, a rewarded and respected chess coach. We had a very instructive and interesting blitz game where I made a big blunder early on. The kind of mistake I have taught others to avoid. But that's human chess. And this one turned into a fascinating and educational battle. Let's take a look. He was white, he played e4 and I responded with c5. Knight f3, d6, d4, takes, knight f6, knight c3, a6, bishop c4. So we have bishop c4 neither, and a very common sacrifice idea is that when black plays e6, black has to be ready that white takes e6 with bishop and then with knight, and this can be very dangerous for black. I knew this idea, but he played something quite new for me, and then I just forget to check those lines. Okay, we will see. I played e6, which is the probably the best move, and then bishop b3. And now I played bishop e7. Maybe this is not the best because g4 might give some edge for white, because black is not ready to play on queen side, and that is the reason why b5 is probably the best, because now white has to react b4 threat. And if white plays something like g4 now, black is ready for b4, and then if knight goes to a4, black just took this e4, and then d5 or bishop b7 can be played, and there is no enough compensation. So after b5, if white plays something like f3, this is totally different, and now black can play bishop e7 and develop with usual fashion. Okay, or played something else, but in the game I played bishop e7, and then after g4 I was checking few lines, if I remember correctly. I played knight d7 after some thought, but I think I was looking that after knight d7, white can't really take here, because after knight takes e6, I can play queen a5 and pin the knight. If white takes here, which is the standard idea, and now white have 3 pawns and good position for bishop, black can take here, and now d5 is covered by queen, and there is a pin, so this looks quite good for black. According to the computer, this is clearly better, and black is close to win in this position. Anyway, I just played knight d7 here, and didn't remember that my knight is not anymore on f6, so I can't take on e4 in that line. When I played this move, I realized that he can take on e6 now, and it's much better. And according to the computer, it is a very good move. My idea was to keep my position as flexible as possible, and now g5 is not an option anymore. I have good chances to take this immediately, I guess, or after knight c5 at least it's a threat. Okay, it seems that it's not possible yet, because white can take here and then queen h5, and now my bishop is it is hanging, so have to play knight c5, but this was my original idea, and I can trade this bishop, and then g5 can be a weakness, or I can try to play on queen side, I mean, and it seems that everything is fine here for black. But suddenly, after I played knight fd7, he can took here, and he did, and according to the computer, this is brilliant move, very natural, and I think he made it in 3 seconds, so it's very natural reaction, because everybody knows this who have played knight or bishop c4 lines. Knight took on e6, queen a5, he took on g7, I played king f7, knight f5, and here white is clearly better, because he has 3 pawns for a piece, very powerful knight, and my king is exposed. Okay, I tried to keep things positive and played knight e5, and I was hoping to have some chances, because there is g4 move and there is some holes in white's position, and knight I mean, this pawn is stopping queen at the moment, so I have some practical chances to develop my pieces before white's attack is too strong. Okay, anyway, he played g5, which looks quite natural. I responded with knight c6, bishop e3. Okay, according to the computer, this is a mistake, and the reason is probably queen h5 is much better. I should put knight between, and then white can just take here. If I take with knight, this pawn avalanche looks very threatening, or white can just put bishop d2, castle long, and then f5, f5 idea. I mean, f4, f5 will be a big problem for black. According to the computer, this is winning, and this is the way to play this position for white. Anyway, he played bishop e3, and now things are getting interesting. I played rook f8. The idea is to bring my king here if there is enough time to do so. Okay, if okay, he played queen h5 here, and this is the only move, because h7 is also attacked by this queen. So here black is actually doing quite well. According to the computer, white should take a check, and then after king h8, white can castle. Okay, this might be a very interesting battle, because there is clearly chances for both sides after bishop e6. But okay, he didn't do that. He made this check and castled immediately. And now I have some chances to create attack before white can have real threats on king's side. According to the computer, I could sacrifice exchange here and took with bishop, but okay, it's not so easy to see why this is better than taking first with bishop and then with rook, which I did in the game. Maybe one reason is that this bishop is good in defense as well as attack, and there might be better prospects than taking with bishop first. But this was the game continuation, and according to the computer, black is doing better than fine. White should play rook d5, and somehow maybe it makes some okay, at least it pins the knight and gives some chances to put black's pieces in wrong squares. Anyway, in the game he played very natural f4, and I was kind of worried about my position, even though computer says this is a blunder. After knight c4, of course, I was looking for queen b4, but there is many threats also, like queen here, g6, bishop d4 in the right moment, or this kind of ideas to open up the g file. So after knight c4, he played bishop d4 here, and I played queen b4. I can't remember now what was the reason why not to take here first and then queen b4. Okay, this might be easier because after knight d1 there is no b3. I guess after b3 I can just take this one, and it gives good chances to win immediately. Okay. Okay, anyway, I played queen b4, and now knight d5 was quite an interesting idea. The bishop is defending, and after bishop bishop c3, I have to defend my queen somehow. And there is a threat, at least one threat, and then another threat, and my king is in checkmate after those moves. After some thought, I played queen c5, because if he takes here, I can bring my queen in the middle, and it gives good protection, and I can bring my rook f8 if needed, and then my material advantage will be decisive. Okay, but what he did, he played queen h6, and now this is the threat, and I wasn't sure what to do. One idea, I remember this was one idea, but this is not working because white is not taking this one. This might be a good idea if white will take on g5, but of course he will play this first, and after this my king is very exposed. Aha, okay, there's chances to trade queens, and then it's interesting game again. But without that idea, black is going to lose. But I think I saw this following line already here after some 30 seconds thought. Check, and if rook goes between, I can play bishop f8 now. One idea was to cover this e6 square with this check, and now I have time to take d2, and black is winning. So that's why king b1 is needed, but now I have this check, and then if pawn takes, there is no defender on this square, so after this I can trade rooks and take c3, and now this is clearly winning because queen can defend easily after, for example, in this kind of line. Anyway, he played king a1 here, and I took on c2, and of course now I was already looking for this famous checkmate pattern, but the problem is that if I play this immediately, he will checkmate me in the next move, so have to do something. But okay, bishop f8 could be good enough here also. Okay, I took on d1, and then I played this knight d4. Of course, it's enough to find one winning line, and that was what I found. Now queen e4 is the threat, and if, for example, g6 happens, I can just check. There is no defense against the checkmate threat, so this could be decisive idea, and probably that was the reason why he resigned here. Okay, that was the story of this game. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time.